Hello everyone, welcome to Art Lounge. This is the Drawing Comics stream. It's part 23 of coloring John Buscema's beautiful work, Conan the Barbarian. I'm going to get into it in a minute, but I briefly wanted to go over the exciting news that was revealed yesterday, launch of my Patreon page. It is the Art Lounge Patreon page, and I'm going to do a quick, brief overview of everything. It's going to be shorter than the previous stream. I'm going to try to keep it to like 10 minutes at most, so that way we can get more of coloring done. This is something that I've been cooking up for some time now, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. So, I'm going to bring it up just a second. Boom, there it is. You know, this is the Art Lounge Patreon page. We got 6 tiers here, each of them unique. I'm just gonna do a quick overview of it, and that way you guys can get an idea. You could visit the page. It's on the it is listed on the Twitch channel along with all the other social media as well. So take a look at it, read through it. You guys can get more in-depth understanding of what's on it, what's available, what tiers are out there, and what each one entails. So quick one here, tier 1, this is the official one. It's $2 a month. It gives you access to Discord servers, the Discord server, the general server for pretty much everybody. You get your Patreon name listed in the credits. So it's just a way of saying thank you. Thanks for being a supporter. Thanks for keeping the stream going. I'm going to do credits at the end of the stream, and your name is going to be listed there. You also get access to the patron-only community. Then we got tier 2, which is all access patron. You have all the previous tiers, but you get to see all the behind the scenes, the work in progress, access to finished pages. So I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be posting on other social media, just sneak peeks, just little snippets. But the full page, the full finished drawing is going to be available on Patreon for patrons only. So you get access to that. You guys get access to the Discord server, and your name is also listed in the credits. Then we got tier 3, which is the critique submission. If you want to get some tips on improving what you're working on, submit your work through the Discord channel. Once you join this tier, you can have access to it. So you could send me your work that you'd like to submit, and I'm going to do it every Friday. Every Friday for 2 hours, I'm going to be doing critiques. And I'm also going to be promoting your Instagram or DeviantArt or whatever your social media is, to give an opportunity for your following to grow as well. Read through it. There's a couple of things on there, and you could also check out the reveal video that I posted yesterday. That video goes in depth about pretty much everything and gives you guys the idea of a new schedule that's going to come next week, and also just more in-depth talk about each and every tier. So we got the Kickstarter patron tier. This is an opportunity for you to have a high-resolution digital painting done of you. And I highly encourage you to have masks, makeup, glasses, expressive face expression, hats and accessories. Not all of them at once, all of them at once if you want. It just to mix things up and make things interesting and fun for everybody, including yourself. Highly encourage you to do that, but it's not required. You could just send me a regular portrait from your head down to like maybe a little bit further down to your chest. Not really up to your neck, because then that's just like a headshot. And then we got tier 5. Tier 5 is artist promotion. So if you're an intermediate art or advanced artist and you want to promote your work, you will get 5-minute airtime at the beginning of the stream, where I'll introduce you. I'll show people links to your social media, your websites, and give you a chance to air whatever it is that you'd like to put out there. I encourage 5-minute videos. So send me a video of all the stuff that you want to promote, and just read through it. There's some ideas here to just give you a better clue as to how you could structure it, what you could do. But 5-minute videos are the best. It allows you to structure it on your own time and introduce it the way you'd like it, and have everything all in one. So send in a 5-minute video, and you will also get you'll also get promotion of your social media links. But read through it. There's a lot of things on here. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's some tips on here. There's some requirements, like signing up to tier 1 before you sign up to this one. This is $25 a month. You don't want to do that. You want to first sign up for tier 1, which is $2. Send me a quick message for me to take a look and see if your work suits the stream. And if you're selected, then you can join this tier and send me the video to promote. But once again, read through it. Check out the previous broadcast when I talk about the Patreon page launching and the schedule for more details. And you could always ask me questions on the stream, and I'll be happy to answer anything you guys want to know about. Then we got the tier 4, which is private tutoring. And this is excellent for all skill levels. So if you're a beginner all the way up to advanced or intermediate, you could send me something that you're working on. And every month you will get 4 videos. So 4 videos per month, 1 video a week. Usually 30 minutes, but 15, depending really on how much work you do. So if you haven't really worked on it that much, and you send me the image, there isn't much that I could work on. So make sure you put in the effort. It's $65 a month, and there is going to be homework. I want to see that. I want to see that the time is spent in a way that it's going to really improve your work, so you get your money's worth, basically. And assigning homework is going to have more material to work off of when I'm making the videos for you. So and the whole idea of it is to help you guys improve, really skyrocket your skills, and help you get unstuck on things that you're working on. So you will also get a PSD file where I will show you step by step, along with the video, where I'm going to do like a live demonstration in Clip Studio Paint, just working over what you've sent me and showing you ways you can improve and so on and so forth. I'll send you that PSD file through the Discord channel, which is to follow. You'll also get a private Discord channel. So it's 15 people for 15 people only. So each person is going to have their own private Discord channel, and that will give you an opportunity to upload stuff that you want me to see of the progress of your work, and ask me any questions, leave any comments, and it's only going to be between me and you. Nobody else is going to be able to see it. Yeah, and that way we'll stay connected. And you'll also get a tier 4 members only Discord channel, where all 15 of you can interact with each other, talk about pretty much anything, get to know each other, share interests, share the art you like, all different types of art that you like, and create a community within that. But you'll also get access to the general Discord channel, where pretty much everybody of all tiers, all social media, will come together to this one room and talk about whatever it is that you like, connect with each other. However, there isn't much limit to it. Of course, being respectful with each other being the rule. Then you get all the other tiers as well. I mean, the benefits from all the other tiers as well. Your name is, of course, going to be listed in the credits as a thank you as well. And you'll get access to the finished pages, work in progress, the whole shebang from other tiers. So this is a brief overview, guys. I wanted to just go over it quickly, give the Patreon page some spotlight, For those of you who are just tuning in, who have never been part of the Art Lounge stream, you just discovered it. Yeah, this is an overview for you guys. But as I mentioned, check out the previous broadcast of the Patreon page launch and schedule. That video will give you more in-depth idea of pretty much each and every single tier. And you could always, as I mentioned, ask me questions on the stream and I'll be happy to answer it. So take a look through, guys, see which one you're interested in, send in your work. Yeah, be part of the Art Lounge community. All right, y'all, let's jump into what we are doing today, which is more Conan the Barbarian. I'm really pleased with the recent results. So just to give people a brief overview for those who are just tuning in, why draw this comic? Why draw Conan the Barbarian? Why draw from comics? Well, multiple reasons. First of all, for me personally, it's like reading, visually reading. You know, when you read a book, right, you're getting into the mind of the artist. You're reading the story. You're getting into the characters that they created, and all that is... I got a spider on here. Yeah, all that is created by the artist, but you're in that world. You know, you're in that reality, and you're reading the story as if though you're the writer. You know, they created it for you in a sense. So I think this is the same thing when you're drawing from the comic that you're interested in. It's as if though you're getting into the world. You're creating it not with your mind the way you would in reading a book. You're creating it with your hand as well. And mentally, you're also into it as well. Each and every single panel that you're working on, you're manifesting it on page, and it creates the scene, and you're really heavily invested into the characters and trying to make them come alive. So it really, it's very similar, I think, to reading, and that's something that I enjoy personally. And also, it's a great way to be able to learn how to draw comics. You know, you get to tackle on so many different things like camera angles, right? Just looking at this, how to draw the camera angles, and also varying your camera angles. As you could see here, this is what makes this such a great page, is you get a pan shot, just an overview of what the environment is like, what's going on over there, this dramatic sort of shot showing the surrounding and how desolate it is, and like a 3/4 view, not up close but enough to see who the character is in the distance, and then zooming in to get an idea of his face expression. And it's not just straight on, you know, it's also angled. It's 3/4 view, but going, instead of towards the right, it's going towards the left, and then a bird's eye view. Literally, there's a bird there. And then just, you know, from panel to panel, it's different. From panel to panel, he's creating different ways of trying to tell the story. And you learn all of that along with anatomy, along with facial expressions, along with structuring the panels. You know, what do? Do you first draw out each panel and then slightly sketch all of the panels in for the entire page and then start working into detail? You know, you discover this process by drawing from comics. If you're a beginner, especially if you're learning, if you have never drawn a comic book before, this is a perfect way to really get involved and get a better idea. You know, you're becoming more familiar with the entire process. You know, so when it comes down to it yourself, you're not just like, well, what do I do? You know, I never drew these face expressions before. I never drew these backgrounds. You know, something else that you learn by drawing out every single panel is you learn to do all these things all at once while practicing things like drawing lightly, you know, not pressing too hard. It kind of takes away the worry of having to create all this stuff from imagination and practicing all of these technical things that really will help your work from imagination to be even better. So many different benefits to it, and I highly encourage everybody to do it if you're into the comics. If you want to learn how to draw comics, pick an artist that you really like, and yeah, like study their work, study what the pages are like. What do you like about it? You know, it also gives you an opportunity to become more intimate with their work, you know, rather than briefly looking it over, reading the text and moving on to the next page. You're taking time to really study a lot of the things that they were doing, that they were creating. So that's just a brief summary of all the benefits when it comes to drawing from comics. So with that said, I am going to jump into this panel right here. So coloring comics is a little bit behind of drawing comics. All the other panels, as you guys see, they've already been drawn out. I don't think this panel is going to be that complicated. I am going to be doing colored pencils still. There is a little bit of difference here because there is no pencil work, it's just blue pencil. But it's kind of finalized, and I think what I'm going to do is just making sure I didn't miss any other panels before moving on to this one. Yeah, so it kind of summarizes it to like two-step process instead of being a three-step process, where you get like the sketch pencil, which is usually the blue pencil, then the regular pencil to define areas in a panel, and then inks before going to color. So this is it's going to be a lot quicker of a process. We're going to see how it comes out, because after this I'm gonna ink them. I'm not gonna do pencils over it. And I am curious actually how it's gonna come out, because when I had the regular pencil, it would smear. You know, it's softer quality than like the blue pencil. The blue pencil lead is harder, so it doesn't smear as easily. Whereas an HB pencil, which is what I was using, it's softer lead, so it smears. I knew I felt something on my neck. This little bug. I got some critter company today. Got a spider hanging out on the pencils. This little dude running around on my neck. I do wonder about that sometimes. I mean, granted, there are some insects that are dangerous and are not good to have close by. But like every day, like little bugs here and there, you know, when people are swatting them out, it's like you just snuffed out a life for nothing. Like, they're not terrible, they're not. And I think some people who, like, let's say they have like a tarantula in their hand, or like other insects that we would never actually want to touch, like that's how they feel about it. It's like, he's not really doing anything. It's just because we don't like them running around that we snuff out their life. If they were venomous, then I get it. Get rid of it. But if it's it's like harmless bugs, usually I just like get a cup. And if it's like really annoying, then I'll cover it in a cup or cover it in some sort of like plastic container and use like a piece of paper, slide it under, and just throw them out the window. It's a lot faster actually, and it's cleaner. It's not gross. You're not like mashing the bug. I had this massive grasshopper in my house. I don't know how he got into it. I was hanging out on the wall and I just noticed it. Pretty easy. Didn't kill it. And just covered it with a plastic container. Slid some paper under it to keep it covered. And whoosh, out the window. And that was it. I think I'm gonna have to go over it again. It's too light. It doesn't even look like that's it. I don't know, it's supposed to be darker. Like, not does orange, just like a mix of like brown and orange. To be honest, I'm a little bit wary of trying out these other ones. No, that's too yellow. I'm gonna give it a shot. What's gonna happen when I throw in a little bit of brown? Not quite it. Whoa. I think I still have to go over with some orange. Or maybe this orange will do. No. It's like between this and and a little bit of brown or something. Can white do anything about this? Highly doubt it. It really seems like the entire purpose of white in this collection is to blend, because it doesn't really make the color light. It doesn't make it any lighter. It doesn't make it any duller. It's kind of like this mixing agent. Smoothens out the pigments. Just testing it out to see what it looks like without any color. Nope. The other pencils are very soft, so like when I could feel how it's wearing off on the paper. But white is very waxy. Alright, now we're going to move on to the gentleman's coat. Is this it? Not this one. I'm also experimenting. I wanna see how to mix color pencils. Because even with this coat, just like his, it's like a mix between like violet and like a raspberry red. So I'm wondering maybe if a little bit of this is going to do any good. I'd like to believe it is. I think it's making it closer to what it is. I don't know. Not really. But I am seeing the benefit of doing it over blue pencils as opposed to regular pencil. It doesn't change the color tone, because when I'm using regular pencil, it smudges all of that lead into the colors, so the colors tend to come out a little darker than they usually are without pencils. Still not satisfied, to be honest. Could add a little vibrance to it. All right, gonna leave it there. Maybe blend it in again, and then I'm gonna move on to the background. And the background isn't that detailed. So question is it this lemon yellow? I think not. I think it's a little bit darker. Maybe even more like this. All right, now we're gonna move on to the pillar. Let me see if there's any blues in here. Oh, it's mainly like dark colors and greens. Trying to spot what color this is from the pencil selection. Maybe it's this one right here. No, it's too purple. Oh, this is it. The lead is so strange. The lead is very different from the cover. Kind of looks like a pastel blue. Right now, since there's no inks on it, it's kind of like a blob of color. looks like I'm gonna have to do more inking. And I'm still debating on whether to do it in drawing comics, because it's part of drawing, or to do it in a coloring comics, because I'm using a brush. Trying to decide between all that. Which makes more sense. By the looks of it, I might have to do both. In both, whoa, just realized that the light source is really making it bright. Or maybe I'm just going to turn the brightness down a little bit on the camera. There's a little bit of a delay between what is being streamed and what is live, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how that affects it. I think that's fine. That pretty much does it. But I'm gonna go back and do some inking. Because the other panels seem to be all in blue ink. Or blue pencil, rather. So let's go back to... I believe this is the next panel, yeah. This is a page that I was highly unsatisfied with. It wasn't coming out great. The colors weren't coming out great. There was a lot of warping going on. So hopefully, for the remainder of the stream, you can make some corrections that make it look much better. So the next sketchbook that I'm going to be starting, it's going to be a lot bigger. And it's going to give me an opportunity to really get the detail down for small panels like this. Because right now, this isn't the original size that Buscema was working in. Like comic book papers are like 11 by 17, I believe. So the panels that he drew that eventually were shrunk to fit comic book paper were much bigger, which allowed more room for detail. Right now I'm making tiny nitty-gritty little details. Which makes things slightly more challenging. And I think slightly is an understatement. To be honest, I'm a little confused about what's going on in this panel. Or rather, with his feet and legs. I'm not really grasping the shadows here. Alright, now it's time to really zoom in. Make sure I don't screw up the eyes. That's such an important detail. I'm like holding my breath, making sure that my hand is like as steady as possible. And to think that he was able to do this. Actually, I may be off here, because I do remember him using nib pens. And nib pens give you a little bit more accuracy with your lines as opposed to brushes. I'm going to show you guys in just a second what I'm talking about. I got one of these. I haven't really used them in a really long time. Could do better. Could have done better. It's not awful. But this is what all of this is about, practice. Trying to do it the best that I can, each and every time. I gotta say, I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I haven't had to like white out anything. I mean, that's probably because I'm working off of his work. I'm doing this. Whereas I think if I was to do my own comic book panels, there'll be certain things that I won't want. Or I'm gonna screw up. But yeah, still, I haven't really whited out anything, really. Which is pretty cool. Should be some indication that progress is being made. Now these flames are going to be a challenge as well because they're super thin inking. Which is what I'm looking to get better at with this brush pen. And with the fire done, this night is gonna have to come to an end, ladies and gents. Thank you for tuning in. This is a lot of fun, as always. I will be back tomorrow. It's gonna be the last day for the week. I'm not gonna be, unfortunately, streaming on Saturday. I have other projects that I have to attend to. I wish that wasn't the case. Well, kind of. I mean, I really do enjoy streaming, and I also like these projects, so just need more time within a day. That's really what it comes down to. But I will be back on Monday, and on Monday the hours are going to change. I'm going to start streaming in the evening only, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard and at 9 p.m. So thanks again for tuning in, y'all. If you enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. They both help the stream grow. And I will see you very soon.